Yo, 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 boom, 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 chickadee chanker, lads and lasses. What's going on, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little stream for you, lads and lasses. It's Friday night. We are a bit late here. For some reason, no joke, my keyboard was just pressing down the number 8 the whole time. And even though the key wasn't stuck, so it just was going 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8 on anything I selected. So I had to restart the computer, guys. That's why it was so long. But we are here for the show tonight, guys, so thank you very much for getting in here raw and waiting for us to get going. You're a bunch of legends. Do us a favour at the start of this show. Smash that like button on it. Give us a massive thumbs up at the start of this one. And happy Friday, everybody. You can give us a like spike. It's free. It doesn't hurt. And it helps the channel out. So drop a little thumbs up on it at the start of the show. Also, give us a share around on social media wherever you can. We pinned the tweet to the top of the live chat there. Shout out to the man, Aaron, for pinning it to the top. Check out the link and go and give us a retweet if you're on Twitter or X or whatever it's called. So get yourself in there and say hello as well. Welcome in everyone. The Hoop Man, how you doing? Aaron, Gabe, Nas, Fire Up, Rajat, what's going on? Clint, Mohammed. Everybody, thank you for getting in here. Dimmy Maiden, Chewbacca, Templar Priest, Rajat, Fire Up, Lucky Singh, Let's Go, Ryan, United 90, Mike Hill, Sanjay Ramatar, Andrew Concars, Matthew Bassett, Sir Jimmy Gattuso, and everybody else, Chloe Jenkins, Simon Almeida, Jason Chapman, Bruce, Timmy, everyone, thanks so much for getting in here. I appreciate you all. Get in there, you legends. Thanks for being a part of the show tonight. We've got plenty to get into. Obviously, there was no show today. I'm still under the weather, folks, so just taking it easy today. Got a particularly sore throat and just feeling very coldy, if that's even a word. I don't know. Feeling very full of cold. So, but we're here to do the evening show, guys. Have a little bit of a chat. Won't be the longest of shows because, as I say, I'm feeling like Harry Maguire's career right now, which is drawn out and underperforming and just gash. That's what I'm feeling at the moment. But we'll crack on and do what we can anyway, folks. So thank you each and every one of you legends for getting in. Let's get into it raw. But hello to you all. 160 legends already in here tonight. Hope you're having a great weekend so far. Oh, shit, that's loud. It's Friday night, guys. Nobody works Friday night. Skive hard, play hard. That's our motto. Come on, United. We're going to smash up these spuds tomorrow. Obviously, we've got these spud-you-likeys tomorrow. We're going to absolutely penetrate them raw. We are. Like Slabby Maguire when he was a teenager. With a bowl of mashed potato. What? Anyway, right, let's get into it. So the latest transfer news, guys. The latest news in regards to Manchester United. Okay, so, you know, Slabby Maguire, the conundrum, the man, the myth, the legend, he's staying. Or is he? We don't know at this stage. But obviously at the moment, it looks like he's a turd that will not flush at the football club. So Ten Hag was asked about Maguire's situation, obviously, during the presser earlier on today. And this is what he had to say in response. Ten Hag said that, I don't know what happened with Harry Maguire and West Ham. Harry's our player, and I'm happy he's here. We need a good squad. Moisey said, we did make an offer for Harry Maguire, and we haven't been able to take it forward. What are you doing, Eric Ten Hag? Please don't say that he's a good player and you're happy he's here. What's that all about? Don't say that. Say publicly that he's an absolute gash bag and you're disappointed that you can't get rid of this £30 million melter. Could have had £30 million to go and spend on a decent player, one player you actually want that fits the system. So I get it. Maguire's staying at this moment in time. Obviously, it looks like he's decided to stay. And Eric Ten Hag seems to sort of have to, I don't know, maybe seem like he kind of wants him around here in case the inevitable happens, which is he does in fact stay beyond this summer transfer window. If he goes, obviously it's party time for everybody. But if he doesn't go, then you know, he can't have the bad blood, I suppose, around the squad, the dressing room with Slabbo Maguire, an influential character within the side, and obviously a player that could be utilised as a backup. But to be fair, I mean, you know, okay, I understand what he's doing here. He's just obviously being very sort of like sensible, impartial. He's just saying that stuff for the media, for the cameras. He doesn't really mean that. Obviously, we wouldn't have had a £30 million offer accepted for Harry Maguire if he didn't really want him to go. He obviously does want him to go. So Ten Hag said, I don't know what happened with Maguire and West Ham. Harry is our player. I'm happy he's here. We need a good squad. Okay, fair enough. Well, we could have a better squad if Slabbo Maguire leaves and we go and sign somebody else, couldn't we? That's the reality. He also was going on and he continued to talk about Slabbo Maguire a little bit more than this. And he said the following. He says, it's up to him how much he plays. He knows what we expect from him. I've been here for 1 year now, and you know what I expect from a centre-half, and he can do it. I've told you many times before, he has the ability to do it, so now he has to show it. He cost £80 million! He should have the bloody ability to do it, but we know he doesn't have the ability to do it. Particularly in a Ten Hag side, particularly in a high press side, particularly in an attacking side, particularly in a side that's not called Hull City or Sheffield United. You know, he is going to melt. So we obviously don't want to see this guy around here beyond the transfer window closed, but he may well be here. I guess this is just Ten Hag being very much democratic, or, you know, taking the stance of, oh, just in case this wanker is impossible to sell, we better keep the air clear. I think that's what's going on. Rather than do the outright bastard thing, which is what I would do, which is tell Slabby Maguire to get on your bike, son, and do one to West Ham or wherever will take you, because we don't want you. We're not playing you. You're not going to get in Southgate's England team because you're a big bobble-headed melter. That's what he should be looking at doing, but seems like he's publicly anyway taking a very different stance and just saying, hey, look, he's happy one way or the other. If Slabbo Maguire stays, he's got himself a good squad player. If he goes, then that's one player out of the squad who's worth 30 million, and we could get £200,000 a week off our books. And also we could probably get new door frames fitted at Manchester United to allow entrance to regular sized humans. So that is obviously something that maybe he's considering. I'm sure he does want Maguire to go. Let's ask the live chat, guys. Do you think Ten Hag would be happier to see Maguire go or stay? Let's ask the live chat. See what you think. Obviously, he's saying this, that he'd be happy to have him stay. I don't really think that really is true. I think he'd rather get the money and go and invest it in a player he actually wants. Because remember, he didn't sell. He didn't buy Slabbo Maguire, did he? He was stuck with him. He's inherited Slabbo Maguire. Go, says Emperor Jerome. Yep, exactly. Go, go, go. So yes, everybody thinks that Ten Hag would rather he go. Gungshi, you legend, how you doing? He says go. Yes, everybody says go. Pretty easy, isn't it? Because obviously he accepted £30 million offer for him, essentially. And that final decision does fall down to Ten Hag, really. If a club comes in and bids £30 million for your player, the manager's got a big say in whether or not that's accepted or not. So we already accepted the money, so he was prepared to get rid of him for £30 million minus the golden handshake. So actually prepared to get rid of Slabby for somewhere in the region of 24 million. Unfortunately, we've just got an absolute lingerer and a stench weed at the football club, which is Slabbo Maguire refuses to go anywhere. Zane Miassi's got an ear of the super chat. What's going on, Zane? Let's get a hashtag Bottolo in the live chat there, guys. Let's get a Bottolo in the live chat, because Zane Miassi's in the live chat. He says, why don't United go for Balogun? You keep talking about this Balogun, mate. Yes, he is a good player. He's probably too much money. I would imagine that Arsenal holders are looking for too much money, to be fair, lad. So Chelsea are in for him. Why did United and Arsenal waste money on Mount and Havertz and not go for Wolves players? I mean, I actually do agree with what you've said at the second part of your statement here. Or Brighton players, you know. Brighton, Wolves players. You're absolutely right. There's a lot of very much good players that Man United could have gone and got for a lot cheaper than the likes of Mason Mount. And certainly Arsenal could have got some better players than the likes of Kai Havertz as well. So I actually do agree with the second part of your statement, which is rare. But thank you very much there, Zane, for getting in here with a super chat. We're not going in for Balogun. He'd cost too much. He'd ask for too much. And we don't even want him anyway, mate. We don't even want him anyway. Although he does, you know, possess some good attributes for a youngster and everything. But no, we're looking for somebody with bigger bollocks, mate. Somebody with bigger bollocks. You know, Ten Hag's interested in people with space hopper bollocks. We need people with big bollocks around the gaff, mate. Chelsea are in for him, though. Yeah, who cares? They're in for everybody. They're in for everybody, guys. They're having to take a bloody Airbus to games from now on this season. They got so many pigging players, guys. They've got a stretch limousine with 16 different bloody doors. You know what I mean? These guys have got too many players. I'm not bothered about Chelsea. They can have him. They can bloody have him, mate. But what pisses me off is that Chelsea are spending shitloads of cash and acquiring players, and Manchester United are not doing that. Zane the Pain, there he is. Hey, Rushmano, get in there, you beauty. Yes, indeed, do smash that like button and hit the subscribe button if you're just getting in here. Rushmano says subscribe. Definitely smash that subscribe button if you haven't done so, guys, like he says there. We're on our way to 74,000 subscribers, so smash the subscribe. Also, we've got 300 legends in here tonight. Let's see if we can get 300 likes on the stream. We are currently on 113 likes. That's pretty good going, guys. But you know what? We can do better than that, my friends. Bacon Brigade, assemble! And hit the thumbs up if you're just joining the stream. Nice one. Okay, so look, the Maguire situation is very frustrating. It is very frustrating, guys, isn't it? Because he's obviously wanted by a couple of different teams. There's even reports that maybe Aston Villa, perhaps Everton, maybe some Italian sides might be keen on Slabbo Maguire, but it fundamentally boils down to him wanting to stay at United, thinking he's got space hopper bollocks himself, thinking that he can get into the side and maybe play regularly and still cream that 200k a week at United and maybe get in Southgate's squad. Southgate's probably phoned up Slabby Maguire on the sly, you know, and said, "Oh, you're right there, Harry, it's Gareth. And, you know, oh, don't worry if you don't play next season, if that mean man Eric Ten Hag doesn't select you on the team. Don't worry about it. Just sit on the bench and, you know, I'll definitely select you for England because, listen, me and you, we've got a special relationship going on, don't we? So just make sure that you, you know, keep yourself fit. Maybe you could, you know, eat a couple of Pizza Hut pizzas, maybe the cheesy bite special, that's the one I recommend, and you know, we'll see you next summer at the Euros." You know what I mean? Like, that's probably what's going on, because Gareth Southgate's such a fucking dweeb, and he probably doesn't even care if his players are even playing regularly, because he's got his mates, haven't he? It's jobs for the boyos. He's got his mates there, guys. So obviously they've got a special relationship there, guys, and I very much doubt that even Maguire not playing regularly is going to stop him from being selected for England. Let's ask the chat on that one for a bit of fun, actually, guys. Do you think Gareth Southgate would select Harry Maguire for England next summer, even if he plays, like, hardly at all for Manchester United? Yes or no? Let's see what you guys think. I think yes, he would, because there's not that much talent in the back for England anyway in terms of the national pool. And also, he absolutely has a mangasm over Slabby Maguire every time he sees him. Rumour has it, if you open up Gareth Southgate's wallet, a few moths fly out, but other than that, he's got a picture in the little, you know, the clear plastic bit where you're supposed to put your fucking, I don't know, driver's license. He's got a picture of Harry Maguire in there, guys. He's got a picture of Slabby. That's the rumour. I'm not saying it's 100% true, but that's what I've heard. You know, so a lot of yeses coming in here saying he will select him anyway. Exactly. So it wouldn't surprise me if that Melter Southgate is, you know, if that Melter Southgate is, yeah. Wouldn't surprise me, guys, if he's going to let him stay and play anyway. But anyway, so look, you know, United need to try and move him on still. I still hope that we can possibly move him on before the end of the transfer window, but probably not. Will Ten Hag actually be able to convince him to go? Well, so there's reports coming out tonight that for the Spurs game, he hasn't travelled. So you can read into this what you want. But Samuel Luckhurst reporting earlier on that Maguire not present when Man United squad left for London. Get in there, my son. Go on, Ten Hag. Kick him in the midsection. Give him the old double thumbs up and give him a stone cold stunner, mate. Right over to West Ham, lad. He's apparently not involved for tomorrow's game, which I hope is a big indicator of things to come in this transfer window. Hopefully he doesn't play. Hopefully Ten Hag sent him that message that you are not wanted here, pal. And he might be saying things publicly to suggest, oh, you know, like, we're happy to have Maguire here. He's a good player. We need squad depth and all that kind of stuff. But essentially, you know, we don't really want him. So hopefully that's what's going on behind closed doors, and Slabby Maguire's just got to make his mind up time. 12 or 13 days left of the transfer window. Will he or won't he go? That is the question. Zamiassi says, Piggy, did you see the trailer for the new Call of Duty? Says Zamiassi. No, actually, I don't know. Maybe I did, actually. I saw a trailer for Arsenal's season, opening games of the season. Is that what you're talking to? Oh, no, wait, sorry. That's Call of Duty. That's Call of Duty, mate. Steaming pile of shit, mate. No, I didn't watch this bloody trailer for Call of Duty, mate. What do you think I am? 11-teen? Get a life, mate. I'm joking. Respect to you, man. But no, I haven't seen this trailer, mate, okay? And I probably won't ever watch it. Just tell me what happens, Zane. Thank you very much. Rushmano says, smash a like for the pig. It really helps the channel. You know the drill there, Rushmano, don't you, my son? Yes, indeed. Smash the like button and hit the subscribe like Vigard H here, who's just hit the subscribe button there. Nice one. Zane's in a different universe. I know, I'm doing a chat about Manchester United here. I'm talking about Slabby Maguire. The only way I would want to talk about Call of Duty is if maybe, I don't know, there was like a new skin or something that you could wear in the game Call of Duty where you could play as Slabby Maguire and then you could like attach a sticky bomb to his head and just, you know, like commit Harry Carey or whatever. You know, that's the only way I'd be interested in playing that game right now, to be honest with you, Zamy Assi. But everybody's got their own little things that they like. I'm not crazy on it, lad. I'm not crazy on it. To be honest, that game gives me the shits. It freaks me out when I'm going around the corner and somebody's right there, you know? It freaks me out, mate. It gives me jump scares. But it's a good game. But anyway, I'm not talking about that anymore. We're talking about Manchester United, Zamiassi lad. Okay, so right. Maguire's still here. Ten Hag's quoted as saying, you know, obviously he's happy to have him around the gaff. We know that there was an offer from West Ham. Maybe that will be revitalised soon, but at this moment it seems like Slabby doesn't want to go anywhere. Ten Hag said, it's up to him how much he plays. He knows what to expect from me. I've been here for 1 year, and you know what I expect from a centre-half. Yeah, he expects them to not be shit and to do their job and not score OGs every other game. That's what he expects, and to be able to run faster than a one-legged leg, you know what I mean, on its own, a one-legged leg on its own, not even attached to a body. He expects it to run faster than that, and Slabo can't do that, can he? No, he can't. So that is the issue that he has here, is trying to convince this Melter to go. Right now, it looks like we're stuck with the guy. He is very hard to get rid of, guys, very hard to get rid of. That's the problem there. He's like a bit of grease on the underside of your sink or something. It's been there for 20 years and you just can't get rid of it no matter how much you scrub right now. Basically, he's just impossible to get rid of. Well, Ten Hag needs to break the old Mr. Muscle out and get to town on this Melter and hopefully free him up and make him leave. So the least that Maguire's involved at this moment in time, the better. That's what I'm talking about. That obviously Samuel Luckhurst saying that he's not present with the squad that's travelled to London. That's big news, guys. If that's true and Maguire's not playing and not even in the matchday squad, that really does look good for us still trying to get rid of him between now and the end of the window. Because ultimately, we're not going to risk an asset that we are trying to sell. And also, he's sending a message to him like, you know, get off, Harry Maguire. Get off the roundabout, mate. You've been on a magic roundabout, like fucking, what's his name, Dougal the dog or whatever, onto an absolute winner with the cash, getting 200k a week playing shite. Now it's time to step off in West Hamville, lad. And if you're not prepared to do that, we're going to fucking kick you out the door, sunshine. So hopefully that's what's going on. And we see Maguire go before the end of the window. But let's ask the live chat. Smash a 1 in the chat if you believe that Slabby Maguire will go this summer. Smash any other number in the live chat if you think that Slabby Maguire is destined to stay and fester at Manchester United like a big, horrible potato on the bench growing those roots out of it. You know what I mean? Oh, nobody likes a potato when it started to grow other potatoes out of it. That's Slabby Maguire for you right there. Let's see what the live chat's saying. Lots of ones in the chat saying we still can't get rid of him, but quite a few different numbers coming in here as well. Dark Meme, a nice one. Quite a few ones, though. People feeling optimistic here. Nice one. Yeah. Maguire stays, you might have to boycott any game he starts in. Hey, fair play to you, Ryan. That is, I feel you, it would be painful. Surely he's not going to start in any games. Maybe he might start the occasional game if, like, everybody's injured. Like I said, I mean, if you've got many injuries in the defence, like Varane's injured and Lindelof's can't get a day off work at IKEA, and, you know, you've got issues with Lisandro Martinez, he's stuck down at the butcher's, you know, helping them make a couple of links of sausages or whatnot. And if you really can't get a team together, I guess Slabby Maguire's there to go in. But other than that, doesn't really make sense to play him. Where's he going to go, Piggy? Timbuktu United, mate. Fucking Kettering Town. Bloody, I don't know, Rushden and Diamonds. Who cares? Just get out of our football club, Slabbo. You know, you've got to go, mate, now. It's beyond a joke. Nobody wants him here. We can generate good cash for getting rid of him. We can bring in new players. I mean, we are going to miss out on one of our targets, Pavard, by the looks of it. So I'll get into that in a few moments' time after I've got into the live chat a few minutes about Maguire here. We're just covering the Maguire stuff. Obviously, expected that he's not going to be playing tomorrow. So get yourself involved here for a couple of minutes. I will get on to the next topic in a minute. But for now, I'm just going to get into the live chat, see what your legends are saying about the slab. Back 4 turns into back 3 with Slabby, says Uncaged Squid. So true. Livingston, that's a good shout, Araya Daniela, definitely. Thank you, Luann. Get in there. Hope you're good. No notification. That's Gash. But she says we got 145 likes. That's great. Keep smashing the likes, guys. Nearly at 150. Hello to you. Either leave or the reserves. Yeah, I believe Ten Hag has to be kind of ruthless here and just make it very clear to him that he's not in the plans, so he won't be playing even a bit part role. So see you later on. Maguire should work at B&Q. Yeah, I guess he could work at B&Q though, but what would he work as? I don't know if he could be a trolley boy. Don't know if he could work on the counter. I think he'd have to work as like just a man that reaches the tall boxes on the tall shelves. You know what I mean? I think he'd be good at that. Zane Miyasi, thank you for another super chat here. Zane's going in raw. Get some raws in the chat there for Zane Miyasi. He's going in raw, this guy, tonight. Fair play to you, Zane, mate. He says, Kane started for Bayern. Maybe Maguire will join Bayern and be the fridge for German sausages. Nice one. I mean, that sounds good, actually. Yeah, nice one. Keep their bratwurst cool over there. You know what I mean? They like a pint of the old German lager as well over there, don't they? That's right, the old Pilsner or whatever. They love it. Maybe they would enjoy a large fridge to keep all of that in, mate, and keep it nice and cold. That's a good shout. Plus, you know, you think about, like, Bayern, maybe they could get away with having a slab at the back. The league's got a lot of slow centre-backs in, actually. When you're talking about Bundesliga, yeah, there's some quick ones, but some of their best ones are slow. You got players like Mats Hummels, you got players like Nicholas Tull. All these guys are slow as fuck. Slabby would fit right in amongst the slow brigade over in Germany, I think. So that's not a bad shout, is it, Sammy Assy lad? Maybe a straight swap for Benjamin Pavard, lad. I don't know. But look, Maguire would probably love that move, actually. Go over there. He could fight the Bavarian police. He could drink large steins of beer and eat lots and lots of schnitzel and stuff. He'd have a great old time of it. I can actually see him. I can picture him in my head better than anybody else in a lederhosen right now. I don't know about you guys, but I can literally picture him in a lederhosen with a big fat off jug of beer in his hand, slapping his knee, dancing in that German folk way that they do. I can just picture it in my head. So you know what? I like your style there, Zane. You know, let's hope that there is some possibility that maybe a team like Bayern Munich stupid enough to want to come in and sign Slabby Maguire. Let's hope so. Zane with a sensible comment for once. Yeah, good idea. Swap would be nice, wouldn't it? Get in there. No room for Southgate sausage. Well, actually, him going to Bayern Munich, if he was playing regularly or a German side, I'm sure he would still be in the plan, wouldn't he, for Southgate's England side? He's going to be in the plan anyway, I think, just because we don't have a lot of talents at the back there currently for England. And Slabby is loved by Gareth Southgate for some unknown reason. Free transfer to Easter Island sounds bloody good, Richie. Hey, Tommy Boyle, what's going on, you absolute legend? By the way, Tommy Boyle sent me a dartboard and some darts. Haven't got them yet, actually, but they've arrived at my PO box thing. What a fucking legend. Get in there, Tommy Boyle. Let's get some hashtag Tommies in the live chat. What a nice man. Sent me a dartboard and some darts. What a top hero. Get some love in there for Tommy Boyle 71, everyone. And check out his channel, Tommy Boyle _71 or Tommy Boyle Darts. Search that. And you can go and give him a follow, guys. Give him a follow. He does darts reviews and stuff. He's a darting man. Shout out to the Mr. Boyle there. Love it. Get in there. Welcome in. Welcome in. Okay, right. So, listen, I've got a few things I want to discuss based on the Slabby Maguire situation. Let's just talk about Pavard for a minute. So, we have actually had a new update tonight in regards to Pavard from Florian Plettenberg, which is quite interesting because it does basically insinuate the fact that Bayern Munich are not going to sell him to Inter Milan. So let me just pop this up on the screen for you guys in a second. But obviously all day you've heard reports that Inter Milan are in for Pavard, that there's bids coming, and that it's just really a matter of time before that deal is done, because they were upping their amount of money that they've bid. So, you know, they had reportedly upped their bid to 35 million euros. So, you know, there was an understanding that they would probably accept that and he would be on his way to Inter Milan. But actually now, Florian Plettenberg is reporting that Benjamin Pavard has to stay as revealed. Therefore, Josip Stanisic has the permission to leave the club now. So it looks like Bayern are selling somebody else. And as we mentioned, exclusive news this evening, it does look like he's staying. Let me just pop that up on the board. You never know. This could just be a ruse for them to get a little bit more cash, obviously, as we've mentioned. Like, it is possible still that they would look to bring in somebody else and that they would like to get this money for him, but they maybe are content just to keep him for a year and let him go for nothing in a year's time, which seems like a bit of a bold move, but might be something they're interested in doing. So let me just pop this up on the screen here. So check out that tweet in the bottom right hand corner, guys. This is just from Florian Plettenberg earlier on. It says exclusive news: Pavard, FC Bayern has decided that it will stay. Deal with Inter is off. That's what he's reported this evening anyway. So Sky in Germany reporting that essentially that the deal is off for Benjamin Pavard there and that they've elected to keep him based on the amount of money involved. And apparently it was as high as 35 million euros. So let's talk about some of the other news that came in regards to Pavard very quick. So obviously earlier on, Fabrizio did say that there was an offer from Inter yesterday, obviously, and they were upping their ante today. So he said that Inter and Bayern are in direct contact today to negotiate the Benjamin Pavard deal. There's been a new round of talks taking place after 25 million euro bid submitted yesterday. Players pushing to leave. Inter will try as Pavard's the priority. Depends on the final price tag. So obviously, if they get the money that they want, then they'll sell him. But by all accounts, they haven't got that just yet. Earlier on, Florian Plettenberg suggested that they had upped their offer significantly. So he said this. He said that Inter has submitted a new offer close to 35 million euros with add-ons included today. Bayern bosses still want 40 million euros plus add-ons. Negotiations ongoing. Pavard's expected to sit on the bench against Werder Bremen tonight, as Mazraoui has started in the final training session yesterday. So obviously protecting their asset in case they can sell him. And that's a decent offer, isn't it, for a player who's got a year left on his contract. 35 million euros is reported from Inter Milan, and they've said, no thank you, they want 40 or nothing. So you know what, like, this makes me feel a bit less bad about Manchester United potentially missing out on Benjamin Pavard if the slab refuses to go anywhere. Because I don't know if Pavard for 40 million euros plus really represents great value, but then again, as long as Ten Hag gets his player, I guess it doesn't really matter about the cash. But let's ask the live chat, guys, yes or no, would you even want Benjamin Pavard for 40 million euros? Now you're talking some top whack money here for a player that's realistically not even going to get in the starting 11. But I guess if you want to add squad depth and replace Slabo Maguire, it's basically you sell Maguire, you can get Pavard, pretty much. Obviously, the wages for Maguire would mean that you'd save some money because he's going to be on a lot more money. But 40 million euros for Pavard's a bit too much, if you ask me. It doesn't represent good value there. So it seems like they're asking for a bit too much, especially when there's only a year left on his contract. Yes, says Rashak. Yes, says Araya. No, says Madhouse, Duncan, Chloe. No, says Dimmy, Larry. Crazy Money says Lucky. No. He's only got a year left. So basically, Bayern Munich, they're playing a bit of a dodgy game here if they don't accept an offer such as 35 million euros from Inter or United. Is that in a year's time, this guy can literally go somewhere else for free. Unless this is their pressure tactics to try and get him to commit to a new deal at Bayern Munich. If they just outright say, sorry, Benjamin, you're not going anywhere, pal. Not even 25 million pounds, says Slurp King. Yeah, no, I think 25 million pounds is about right. 30 million euros, aka 25 million pounds. That's about the right amount of money to go and get Benji Pavard. I completely agree with you guys. So 40 million is too much. If that's what they're asking for and that's the minimum that they'd accept, maybe United would be better off going elsewhere. Jennifer Riley, hello to you, says, we need Todibo and Onana. What's my name? Yeah, okay, so Amadou Onana, Jean-Claude Todibo, these couple of players as well, you know, so absolutely, you know, Todibo's another player we can go at if we can get a decent player in that defensive position. If Maguire goes, then that's fine. So we'll see on that. Obviously, it does hinge upon Maguire going. If not, then it will probably just be Johnny Evans that's given the permanent contract here for a year, and Slabo Maguire's going to sit around the gaff, stinking up the gaff like a 7-day-old doner kebab, just absolutely reeking the place up. So hopefully he goes, but he probably won't go. If he does go, though, we might sign a replacement defender, such as Pavard, such as Todibo, such as Tapsoba, something like that. If not, it's probably not going to happen, is it? No, not for 40, says Danny B. 30, says Eamon. Get in there, the Hoop Man. We're doing well tonight, guys. 175 likes. Let's get to 200, says the Hoop Man. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Hoopy. Get in there, my son. Let's go. Yeah, keep smashing the likes, guys. If you're just getting in here, it does boost us up on the algorithm and helps us out on the channel. It's free. Take a second and drop a little like. You know it makes sense. And also hit that subscribe if you're new, guys. Oh, yes. Okay, Naz says, who is Leonardo Pig? Never heard of him. He's one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, lad. So basically, there's this tale of these turtles that were in a sewer, lad, and then this like ooze, this like radioactive ooze, like just like, you know, came out of this tube, and then they grew into these crime-fighting ninjas, lad. Now I know what you're asking. He's a Brazilian forward that Manchester United are interested in, who you know, and maybe we're interested in bringing him in, but obviously that does remain to be seen. But there are reports that Manchester United are seriously looking at this striker. But anyway, back onto the whole Pavard situation. So the new Pavard bid came in earlier. It's since been rejected by the seams of it by Bayern Munich. Doesn't look like we're going in for him. Maybe he's been priced out of a move there by the looks of it. He's only got a year left on his deal. Maybe he'll just get his head down, play a bit part for Bayern this season. Thomas Tuchel the other day said that he hasn't communicated to him that he wants to leave the football club, but he obviously had communicated everywhere else that he wanted to leave, because he was liking Varane's posts on Instagram and some United posts as well. So I'm pretty sure that he would want to join Manchester United, but we're not realistically going in for a bid for him anyway. Zamiassi says, Piggy, a £100 bet that Spurs win, says Zamiassi. Ooh, £100 bet. You know what, Zamiassi? I'm going to have to say no, bud. I'm going to have to say no. It's not that I don't believe United will win. It's that we're away from home, right? And I just don't have £100 a bet at the moment, mate. I'm trying to save up my money. I'm being responsible. So no, to be honest with you, Zamiassi, unless you give me like 2-to-1 odds. If you give me 2-to-1 odds, I'll take the bet, mate. Because that, yeah, if you give me 2-to-1, I'll take the bet, mate. Anyway, but Zamiassi, thanks very much for the offer, mate, but it's a no from me, lad. Plus, you never pay up anyway. You know what I mean? You never pay up anyway. You are the definition of a welcher, son. Yeah, 0793, get in there, you legend. I hope you're doing good. Okay, right, so, but thank you for the offer, though, Zane. Right, anyway, so yeah, Pavard's unrealistic, guys. He's probably going to stay at Bayern unless a more improved offer comes in, potentially around about 40 million euros. Inter have understandably gone as high as 35 million euros, which is a fair whack, and it's been turned down, and looks like he's staying at Bayern, so they're staying pretty firm there. And, you know, Mark, yeah, basically, Mark, I mean, FIFA's just dead at this stage of the game, isn't it? I'm going to get bang on the new FIFA. I will start playing FIFA again soon in preparation for the build-up to the new game, and I'm going to pre-order it before the 22nd so I can get one of those heroes or whatever as a bonus. But, yeah, I'll give it a couple of weeks, I'll be back playing, but I'm in no rush to play it, mate, to be honest. Okay, because it's near the end of the year, mate. Who cares about FIFA? Who cares? Do you care? I don't care. Anyway, right, okay, so let's move on, guys. Let's move on. Pavard's obviously a big maybe at this moment. Really unlikely, in fact. It depends on Maguire going. What other players could we potentially bring in? Well, let's just talk about other defenders. So Johnny Evans at the moment is expected to maybe be a loser pays for dinner at Saltby. Bloody hell, you bankrupt me going there, Gungshi. Ten Hag said, I'd like Johnny Evans to stay. There are discussions over a new deal. We're in talks, and when we have news, we'll bring it as always. For this month, he's under contract, but we are talking. So it does look like Johnny Evans is realistically going to stay longer at Manchester United. It seems like Ten Hag wants him, and it's known that the Johnny Evans situation doesn't really have any effect on the Maguire situation doesn't really have any effect on the Johnny Evans situation. So this is via Laurie Whitwell that says that Ten Hag says that Harry Maguire's situation doesn't affect Johnny Evans. We will see. We're in talks. For this month, he's under contract, but we are talking. Of course, he wants Evans to stay. Season-long deal being discussed. So just because Maguire's staying doesn't necessarily mean that Johnny Evans won't. We'll have extra depth. I genuinely think that Johnny Evans is a better option than Slabo Maguire anyway. Plus, also, it sends that message to Slabo Maguire to piss off. If Man United sign up Johnny on a short one-year deal, then it really is a big old kick in the love spuds to Harry Maguire, essentially, because it convinces him maybe to piss off. Zamiassi, thank you so much for getting in here with another super chat, lad. He's going absolutely raw tonight. Fair play to you, Zane, man. Fair play to you, bro. He says, what happened if Maguire identifies as Pavard? Then United will be forced to play him. So not to offend the wokies. Zamiassi coming in here with some absolute nonsense guff, but you love to see it. If he decides that he identifies as a Benjamin Pavard, crikey. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, mate, to be fair, Zamiassi. You know what he should start identifying as? He should start identifying as a custard cream, because he's a complete crumble job. You know what I mean? And a soft melter once dipped in some tea. So, you know what? I don't know, Zamiassi. I don't think he's ever going to identify as Benjamin Pavard, lad. What are you on about? What are you on about, bro? He's more likely to identify as a Roman pillar. You know what I mean? He's more likely to identify as a structure within the Parthenon in Greece. I don't know. It's very unlikely, to be honest, Zamiassi. I don't see him doing that, but he's more likely to identify as a monolith. Tommy Boyle, thank you, Zane. Tommy Boyle getting in here with super chat, lad. Come on. Thank you very much, Mr. Boyle, lad. Let's get some C's in there for Tommy. Thanks, Tommy. He says, Maguire looks like the type of gimp to enjoy sausage and dressing up. Perfect for the German league. Straight swap for Pavard. Bring out the gimp. Oh my goodness me. Yeah, that's it. Get the old, get the old blowtorch out. You know what I mean? Pulp Fiction style. Bloody hell. Tommy Boyle sent me a meme actually of Maguire dressed as a gimp. And it was pretty funny, to be fair, lad. So, yeah, I guess he's referencing that. He does look like he enjoys a German sausage. Get the old bratwurst out. You know what I mean? Wash it down with a pint of HB export or whatnot. And dress up in some lederhosen, mate. I could see it all day. One of those green hats with a feather in it. Slabby Maguire slapping his knee to some good old, I don't know, yodeling or something. If that even takes place in Germany, I don't know. But, hey, look, I could imagine it, to be fair, lad. Bring out the gimp. Goodness me. Oh, get in there, Tommy Boyle. Thank you very much for your super chat, lad. We talk about all sorts on this channel, don't we? Yeah, we really do. That's what separates us from other channels. We will basically talk about anything, guys. Right. let's move on then, guys. So Johnny Evans, guys. Looks like he will sign. Do you want Johnny Evans on a 1-year deal? Yes or no, folks? Get in the live chat. Interactive vote right now. Yes or no? Would you like Johnny Evans at the club for an extra year? I say yes, because I believe he's better than Slabby. He's only coming in to be a backup anyway. And he would probably increase the chances of Slabby Maguire pissing off. So because of that, I would say take him on for an extra year. He's not going to cost a lot of money. And if we can sell Maguire, then we're not left short. The Mustard says hell no. Ember Grant says no. Duncan says yes. We should hypnotise Slabby. We could find out how Stonehenge was built, says 793. Great shout, lad. Absolutely. Good call. And he says chocolate salty balls. Yes, says Johnny M. Thank you, Alex Core. Alan, get in there, my son. You don't mind. I don't mind that much either. Evans, your captain, says seriously. Thank you, John Vallandingham. Good to have you in here tonight, lad. Rug Muncher, how are you doing, my son? Yes, says Eamon. Yes to piss Slabby, says Anthony. Yeah, exactly. It will send that message to Harry Maguire if Johnny Evans gets given a contract that he really is a long-term melter and a backup at the club and is barely going to play. No thanks, typical short-term bollocks, says Rushmano. Well, you know, that's what Harry Maguire's all about, though. He's about the short-term bollocks. He's got short hanging bollocks, but in terms of like what he's going to give us, come on, it's not like he's going to give us more than Johnny Evans. My idea is you sign Johnny Evans, that decreases the morale and the confidence of Harry Maguire even more, and makes him realise that he really is surplus to requirements at United, and that he's prepared to then maybe go somewhere where he might actually play football. Johnny Evans would probably be on, I don't know, a third, if not less, who knows, than what Maguire's actually getting paid right now, because Johnny would be coming in on the basis of being a backup. So I feel like you don't really lose much by having Johnny instead of Maguire. So it's just about Maguire pissing off. And if Johnny Evans coming in helps Maguire to piss off, I'm all for it, to be fair. And he's also won a bunch of stuff at this football club, and he's sort of a link to the past of actually having success. But yeah, no, fair enough. I mean, look, he's an old player. He's only going to be a backup. He's not going to play a lot, but as a backup, why not? Rug Muncher 007, get in there, my son. He's gifted out 5 memberships on the channel. Super legend there. Rug Muncher 007, thank you so much, pal. Can we get some mad love in the live chat there for Rug Muncher? Go on, my son. Really appreciate that, my friend. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Rug Muncher lad. He's gifted out 5 memberships. It's gone to Secret Underdog the Gamer, Chocolate Salty Balls, Daniel Son, Felipe Falcao, Can Bay as well. Get in there. Yeah, and I think that's everyone, is it? I don't know. Secret Underdog the Gamer as well, yeah. Thank you very much to Rug Muncher 007. That is very, very kind. He's just made 5 people's dreams come true there by gifting out 5 members on the channel. What a true blue Don. Get in there, you hero. Thank you, Rug Muncher. That's very, very kind of you, lad. Happy Friday night to you, my son. Yeah, oh, I bet you do, Cootie. Ken, you didn't get it this time. It's completely at random, Ken. Make sure you've got the settings sorted out so you can actually receive them, because unless you actually go to your settings and say, I want to accept free memberships, I don't think you get them. Hello there, Kauter. Welcome in as well. By the way, guys, if you want to get in here and have your say in the live chat, you can. All you need to do is subscribe. If you're new here for the first time, you might be new watching this for the first time. There's a live chat here, guys. We have a community of legends. We interact throughout the shows, and we have a lot of fun and banter. If you want to get yourself involved, you're welcome to get involved, as long as you're not a twat bag, obviously. Get your thoughts and opinions in. We're on here daily and nightly, giving you the latest updates and news, and we always get the chat involved and have a proper community vibe around here. So make sure you smash the subscribe button. You only need to be subscribed for 0 seconds, and then you will be able to chat with us legends. That's right. Oh, yeah. Okay. So let me move on. Johnny Evans, okay, it's not a big transfer, is it? Who really cares? It doesn't really matter, does it? It really doesn't matter. So yeah, okay, fair enough then. But let's talk about somebody else real quick then. Just briefly, I'm not going to dwell on it too much, but obviously we are still linked to Gravenberch, Ryan Gravenberch, and at this moment in time, Liver Spuds are also interested in him. Liverpool want to bid apparently £20 million for Ryan Gravenberch, who has been linked to Manchester United. So he's another option for us, as is Sofyan Amrabat. So we're moving on to the midfield now. Sofyan Amrabat's situation, it's much the same. I'm getting very annoyed about Manchester United's lack of activity at this minute with our midfield signing. We need to get a signing. We've let Fred go. We've still got a couple of absolute shart merchants in the midfield there who are not up to the standard. We need some better quality in depth. And if we can bring in Sofyan Amrabat, just him, then we've got a much better chance of doing well this season. We need somebody who can play alongside Casemiro as well. Because I'm not convinced, really, that Mount or Bruno are the perfect candidate to play in that role. Like, if you have Casemiro playing deeper, then you need to have Mount and Bruno playing further up, and it leaves a lot of work to do essentially for Casemiro, and neither Bruno or Mount are out-and-out defensive-minded midfielders. They can do it, but they're better utilised further up the pitch, creating, running around, getting into those spaces, you know, pinging the ball around. That's what they're better at. So it's not utilising their talents by having them play, you know, a bit deeper or having to come back all the time. It leaves us space. Look at that Wolves game. We got kind of overrun in midfield at times. We shouldn't be doing that with the level of quality of players we got in there. So very frustrating if we don't go and get another midfielder. Surely Sofyan Amrabat's the one, but there is no more extra news on that, unfortunately. We are just literally playing the waiting game, hoping that United go in for him and try and actually go and offer money to Fiorentina for the guy. If that happens soon, then yes, he should become a United player because he's agreed to join and he wants to play for us, etc. I'm not even going to repeat myself because I've said this more or less every day for the last week or so. You know the drill. We are just waiting to go and get Amrabat, and maybe it is based on us selling one or two players still. Donny van der Beek, maybe Scott McTominay. The Scott McTominay situation doesn't look all that great either right now because I believe the Paqueta deal is falling down from what I've understood. Is that it looks like that deal might be too difficult for Manchester City to get over the line, which means maybe that the knock-on effect won't happen of West Ham coming in for Scott McTominay again. There might be another team that comes in for Scott McTominay, but maybe not. Yep, Rome, get him, that's it. We need Jose Mourinho to come in for him. There's decent value in the Scotty deal for a rival club or a different club. If you can get him for 30 million, that's a decent value, but obviously we rejected a 30 million bid. Does AMRABAT improve our starting 11? If so, who does he replace? I mean, I do genuinely believe that he does improve our starting 11, actually, Ryan. I think he just gets in there. I don't know. I mean, it's tough, isn't it? It depends. I mean, my personal opinion is Mount's overrated, so I would put him in there instead of Mount. So essentially, I'd be playing Casemiro and Sofyan with Bruno in front. But Ten Hag's gone and spent £60 million on Mason Mount, so he probably doesn't share that same opinion of mine that he thinks Mount's gash. So he's probably like expecting Mount to play a big part in this United side. So I don't know if he improves Ten Hag's starting 11. That's the question. But I think he would improve our starting 11. I think he would play ahead of Mount. I mean, let's ask the chat then. Who would you rather see starting out there? I mean, we've only seen a few games from Mount. He does need time. Let's not just write him off just yet. But based on what you've seen throughout his career and up until this point and playing for United, who do you see like playing in that midfield with Bruno and Cassie? Because Bruno and Cassie are basically some of the first names on the team sheet. You're not going to take either of those guys out if they're both fit. So who's going to play with them? There's one midfield position there, really. It's going to be Mount. It's going to be Eriksen. Is it going to be Amrabat if we sign him? Get your thoughts and opinions in. Yeah, exactly. He's not a true DM. He's just not. Mount says Dimmy. Mount says Ben Dor. Amrabat improves United big time. It's a class midfield. Yeah, if we could have Amrabat, Cassie and Bruno, I think it does sound like a good class midfield on paper. Amrabat, Cass and Bruno sounds nice to me. Ken says, I am a big Mount fan. I was buzzing when we signed him. Hey, fair play to you, lad. Yeah, well, he has done well in the past for Chelsea. Obviously, he did do well. Not last season, but the seasons before that, he was doing well for them. I just think he's a bit overrated, and I'm just not really a fan of him. But playing up the pitch in a CAM role, I think is probably his best bet. But we have Bruno Fernandes there, so I don't know if he can do the job required to sort of sit alongside Casemiro. You're probably going to be asking a lot of Casemiro if he's playing as a lone player in that CDM role, and then he's got these two players playing off of him as eights kind of thing. It's I don't know. Doesn't really do it for me. I just don't think it really works. Oh, thank you, Aaron. Yes, give us a retweet on Twitter. It's pinned to the top of the live chat there. Nice one. Amrabat's a baller. His range of passing is beautiful. He's a combative midfielder. He's physical. And I think he would just probably be something different to what we've got right now in the midfield as well. That's also important. We've got quite a few players that are all samey right now. We need somebody who can do a job instead of Casemiro and do a job alongside Casemiro. I don't think we have the right player to do that right now. I mean, last season, Eriksen, to be fair, Simon Warner, Eriksen and Casemiro built up a pretty decent partnership in that midfield. That was the most comfortable we looked when we had Eriksen and Cassie playing together. But Eriksen sort of got fatigued throughout the season. He couldn't keep it up, and I don't know. I just think we need more now. He's 32 now. He was being pushed a lot last season. He definitely needs some help. He's still a good player, but is he starter quality for Manchester United now? Surely we need to be thinking about getting somebody even better now who's younger, more in their prime, because Eriksen's winding things down, clearly. Zamiyasi, get in there with another super chat there, Zamiyasi. Dude, Dude, seriously, get some love hearts in there for Zamiasi. I don't know if that's 4.999 super chats or something this lunatic sent tonight. But big respect to you, Zane. Thanks for supporting the channel, mate, and having your say. He comments, why didn't United use money they spent on Højlund and Mount? Højlund and Mount and on Kane. On Højlund. On Højlund and Mount on Kane. Kane already scored in his debut, says Zamiasi. Zamiasi, fair play to you, lad. Learn how to spell, mate. That's not how you spell Højlund, but hey, look, you got me confused for a second there, lad. Why didn't we spend it? Well, good question, really, Zane. I think there's a couple of reasons for it, really. I think that United didn't want to get into this long, drawn-out, protracted saga of negotiations where Spurs are demanding a heck of a lot of cash, probably more than he's worth, to be fair, right now. They would have wanted more money to sell him to a rival like Man United and stay in the Premier League. They would have probably wanted another 20 million on top of what it cost Bayern Munich to get him. So you're talking 120 million quid to get somebody who's 30. So in 4 years' time, when his contract's up, he's going for nothing. So from a financial point of view, it doesn't make all that much sense. From a football point of view, I think it does make a lot of sense because he's a proven scorer in this league and would have fired us to within a title challenge, I think. Absolutely. So, I would have done that. I'll be honest with you. I can't really lie and say I wouldn't have done that. I would have done that. We'd have been able to afford Harry Kane instead of getting Mount and Højlund. That's true. But clearly Ten Hag's got a way of playing. He's gone for somebody that's obviously a young, hungry player who can press, who has bags of pace, strength, different sort of player entirely to Harry Kane. He's obviously young and raw, and he's not proven anywhere near to the level that somebody like Kane is, but he's got the potential to go on and be one of the greats in the future. So we're banking on him doing that. Ten Hag's obviously going to try and develop into a top talent. He's got somebody who's raw rather than somebody who's already in his prime years, who's played for a Spurs in a certain style that maybe doesn't actually benefit Ten Hag's way of thinking. So I was talking to my brother about this a little while ago, and he made a very good point. He said, so he didn't want to use Ronaldo because of the sort of way that he was playing, and Ronaldo wasn't working in the Ten Hag system when he was here, just to go and buy Kane. Doesn't really quite make that much sense, does it? Because you know how much of a good player Ronaldo is, and utilised in the right system, in the right team, he would still be banging in a lot of goals, even in the Premier League now, I believe. But because of the way that Ten Hag wants to play, pressing from the front and having a lot of mobility up the top there, so certain players like Ronaldo, like Kane, just don't really benefit the system, I suppose. I still would have him. I still would try and build a team around someone like Kane, so don't get me wrong there, but I'm just thinking that's where Ten Hag's head's at. He's not used that money on Kane because he feels like Højlund is going to do something really good for us in the future and is more suited to his play style. Like, we've heard that we are signing a heck of a lot of players now that are more befitting of a Ten Hag system, and who aren't just big names that are coming in for the sake of it. They're actually players that we're getting for the future and that fit a certain style of play. So, hopefully the idea is that these players will develop into this amazing system of play at United where they're all looking absolutely brilliant. Kane's doing bits for Bayern. He's a heck of a player, to be honest. He's a heck of a player. But yeah, he's in a Farmers League. It's true, man. Still have a field day over there, lad. Kolo Muani's a great shout as well. Absolutely, 100%. What a good player. We'll see, says John. Absolutely. So we got to wait and see, obviously, what's going on with Højlund. He's still injured at this moment. We obviously saw yesterday that he was getting back to it. So, here's an image that he posted on Instagram, which is him training with a little caption at the bottom that says soon. So he is going to be playing for Manchester United reasonably soon, but it's probably not going to be until the start of September. But come on, he's gonna do well, I think. We've got to put faith in him. We've got to back the guy. He's only just come in. He's 20. So I'm not expecting fireworks from him immediately. But hopefully in a year or two, we'll be talking about him like one of the best strikers in the world. Hopefully he'll have that effect at United. Tommy says Italian press sausage are saying Fiorentina director Daniele Prada says they are yet to receive an official bid from Man United for Sofyan Amrabat. Absolutely, I know we're melting around all over the place, Tommy. Why haven't we gone in for a bid yet? Yeah, still have not bid yet for Sofyan Amrabat. Absolutely pathetic, isn't it? Oh, it's absolutely pathetic, mate. I'm with you there. So, anyway, yeah, just to answer Zane's question there, that's why I don't think we are going in for Harry Kane, because it just doesn't fit necessarily what Ten Hag's trying to do stylistically, my son. Not stylistically, bro. Just like we didn't keep David De Gea for a reason. We didn't keep David De Gea not because he's not a great goalkeeper, because he is a great goalkeeper. I guess his money had something to do with it as well, and his wage demands are obviously going to play into our decision. But you think about it, it's much cheaper to sign somebody up to a 3-year deal than it is to go out there and spend 50 mil on Andre Onana and then pay him the wages on top. So it wasn't about the finances there, it was about the stylistic want of Erik ten Hag for his goalkeeper. He wants somebody who can play it out. He wants somebody good on the ball. He wants somebody who can distribute and get us going and transition quickly and all that sort of stuff, which is why he was happy to see De Gea go on a free and get in Andre Onana for big money. He could have just kept De Gea and had a great goalkeeper, but it's about stylistically what Ten Hag wants. So you've just got to let him build his vision. Ten Hag clearly does have a vision, and you've just got to let him build it, really. And if you build it, they will come. Zami Assi with another one. Crikey. Another super chat. He says, would you swap Rashford for Vinicius Jr.? Oh, don't do that to me. I mean, yes and no, to be honest with you, Zane. I would say no because, look, Rashford's mank, born and bred. But if you're asking me who I actually do think is maybe better, I do think Vinicius Jr. is just a better, more intelligent, all-round better player, to be honest. That's just my honest opinion. But because Rashford's mank, born and bred, He's scored 30 goals for us last season. It's a no from me, Carol. But I must admit that I do think Vinny's maybe better. That's just where I'm at. I think he's more intelligent with it. I think he's got a bit of better vision. So, but I wouldn't swap Rashford. He is a Manchester United player. We've developed him. Come on. In a heartbeat, says Mark. Vinny's better, says Ryan. No, says Alex Core. Yes, says Roy the Boy. Yes, says United 90. Vinny's clear, but no, says Must Play. Get in there, Must Play, you legend. Caltazab says 100%. Hello, Zane. Would you swap Saka for Rodrigo? Gaming Sim says yes. Oh, he'd swap him. He'd swap him for Vinny Senior. Never mind Vinny Junior. Wouldn't you, Gaming Sim? I almost called you Cake Cadet then. God, that's an insult. Sorry about that, mate. Gaming Simp. Yeah, he would swap him for Vinny Senior, mate. Rashford not world class. No time, no day, says Mark N. A fair play to you. Rashi's ours. He's a United player. You don't rate Vinny, you swap him. Or fair play to you. I'm not too bad, Roy the Boy Kino. Good to see you also. Yes, indeed. Rushmano says subscribe to the channel. Look, we're creeping up to 73,222 now, guys. Keep hitting the subscribe button if you're new and get yourself involved with the stream, guys. We're going to have a big Q&A in a few minutes' time. I'm just going to cover the latest updates very quick and then get into the live chat for a We're All One. How much do you think Son would cost? Well, based on his age, I don't know, maybe 100 mil. He's like 31 now, isn't he, Son? Or 30, 31. So he's not going to be obscene cash, but I don't know, 90, 100 mil, somewhere around there. But Spurs wouldn't sell him, would they? So name your price. Okay, right, just a couple more things I want to discuss before getting into the chat and stuff, guys. Give me 2 seconds. So let's talk about the Glazer shithouses for a little bit. So the Glazers, still no news on a sale. Lots of reports coming out today from various sources saying that these toe rags are thinking about staying, basically, because they think that maybe in a couple of years' time they could get a shitload more cash for Manchester United, so they might just wait it out and stay. You have to take all of these reports with a pinch of salt, but look, this is a report here that's come out this evening that says that Saudi involvement in football has made the Glazers think twice about selling Manchester United. There's a widespread belief in football that the price of clubs could double or triple over the coming years due to their involvement in the game. Damn you, Saudi Arabia! If that's the case and they've overinflated the prices of clubs, etc. I mean, that would be so gash just when we're getting the Glazers gone. And they're smelling a big hike in price that they could get in a couple of years' time if they just hang on to the club. It would be a disgrace, wouldn't it? So the latest situation really is more or less the same as it has been, is that Sheikh just seems in the dark with the bid at this moment in time, it seems. And also, the Glazers are not unified in their desire to sell Manchester United. Like, some of the Glazer family want to sell up, and others in the Glazer family want to stay. So this is causing an impasse. It's causing an issue here where it's not progressing. And it seems like Rain Group are having trouble brokering this deal at this minute because of that, because of the Glazers' reluctance for all of them to sell. So here's a report here from Samuel Luckhurst from the MEN anyway, which reports that a financial source claimed figures connected to the Rain Group believe they have been tasked with selling something that isn't ready for sale with regards to Manchester United. So obviously, you know, take it with a pinch of salt, but if this is true, then they're just doing this for PR guff, for price hikes in share price, or, you know, to gauge what they can get, obviously, to maybe seek some outside investment to sell a piece of the football club rather than the whole shebang. So, you know, this doesn't bode well at this minute, guys. It's still in a situation where the Glazers are not selling at the moment. They're taking all their time about it, and it's an absolute disgrace. Just imagine what we could have done this summer if the Glazers had fucked off at the end of last season and left us with new owners like, say, Sheikh Jassim. If we had Qatari owners at the start of the summer, we would have gone out there and spent ham amounts of money all summer long, probably. We probably would have gone and got Kane. We'd probably be not wanting for any position right now. And the season's already started, and guess what? We're scratching our ass again trying to find a couple of players in last minute that we desperately need to improve our side. You look at that Wolves performance the other day. I know it's only the first game, but there's still fundamental issues within our squad. We need to address them. And if we could just get 3 or 4 more players in all the key areas we have, then we can have a good go of challenging for things this summer. But you're asking a lot of Ten Hag, even after he spent quite a lot of money, when you consider the midfield that we have got. Especially if there's an injury or two, we go to having gash depth again. Same goes for the defence. Once Varane injured, there's an issue there. Same goes for the forward line. Unless Greenwood comes back, obviously. Rashford, if he's injured, or if Martial's injured, which he always is, and if Højlund's injured, which he currently is, then you are weakened again up there. So you need a bit more depth and quality. So we should just go out there and get 3 or 4 more signings. And we haven't done that. But we could have done that if we had new owners. So just keep the hashtag Glazers out. Singing loud and proud, guys. We need to get these wank pieces out of the football club. There is obviously going to be a sit-in after the Forest game at Old Trafford, guys. So you've got to try and, get involved with that if you're going the game. But it seems like the Glazers smell the possibility of making a lot more money in the near future. So they're not prepared to sell it right now. Who knows if that's legitimately the case, but it could well be. It's a disgrace, isn't it? Okay, anyway, so let me move on to the other big news of the day, which is in regards to Mason Greenwood. So we don't like talking too much about Mason Greenwood on this channel. That's why I've left it to the end. But Mason Greenwood, have you seen Rachel Riley said she'd stop supporting United if Mason Greenwood plays for him? Fair play to her, I've seen a lot of backlash to her saying, oh, well, that's a big loss and all this. Do you know what? She's fit as fuck, guys. It is a loss. But I'm just kidding, no. But anyway, I'm just saying, like... she's got a point. Like, if Man United are prepared to just brush over something like that and have this player back, it does send the wrong message to the fan base, the young fans, the female fans. It does kind of send the wrong message that you can just, as a young man, potentially allegedly abuse someone and just get away with it and just continue. And he's representing all of us as fans in a way. All of us have a voice as fans, and he's representing us in some way. So I know a lot of people are giving a lot of stick for saying that. I mean, I'm not going to stop supporting United if Greenwood plays for us, but I will not be happy that he's playing for us and won't celebrate him if he scores, to be perfectly fair, which is a bold statement enough. But to totally denounce your support of a football club because of a decision like this is bold as you like. Fair play to her, but, we don't, obviously... Yeah, I mean, you've got to stay loyal to the football club, but I get what she's saying here. She's actually one of the few people in the media that's sort of coming out and putting their neck on the line and saying what a half of the fan base are kind of thinking, really. Yeah, there's half of people that want to keep this guy and give him another chance, but the other half want to get rid of this guy and never have him play for us again. So she's just representing that side of the fan base. So I say fair play to her. And, Mason Greenwood, in my opinion, shouldn't really be playing for us because of the issues that he causes us. Let's look at the latest couple of updates about this, though. So, here's a report that suggests that, this is from The Athletic, that said that Manchester United's plan to bring back Mason Greenwood included listing football pundits, politicians and journalists, and categorising if they would be hostile or supportive. Domestic violence charities were assumed hostile. So apparently they've done their due diligence on looking around social media, looking around journalists, news and media outlets and reports that are going on to see and gauge the level of backlash that statement had the other day. That's why they released a Ponzi statement about Mason Greenwood when there was actually nothing really that they said in it much. They didn't say he's coming back. They said they're still waiting. They're still taking their time. And because of that, it just seems, they were gauging how the reaction would be. And so their decision will be based a lot on that as well, I think. Chloe Jenkins, hello to you. What's going on, Chloe? Thank you very much for joining us. Get in there. Chloe Jenkins, I know you've been watching the whole show. Thank you for the super chat there, you legendess. Says, rumours from inside the club, not all players are happy and staff are talking about a strike. I bet they're not happy, and I bet a lot of the female side are not happy. And we have to think about that. Manchester United's an all-encompassing club. It's supported by women, men, children, and everything in between, all around the world. And if you just allow someone to play for you who's got this tarnished audio or tarnished reputation from this audio that's been out in public, this public evidence, which doesn't stop what you can't stop the allegation when there's already public evidence that seems very damning. So because that's out there, it is very, very poor, Mark says, what's politics has to do with football? I guess it's got a lot to do with football, really, though, when one of your players is an alleged sex offender lad. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's got quite a lot to do with it, because it has an effect beyond football, mate, for your club. Man United as a brand could have its reputation tarnished. I mean, like I said the other day, there's already people calling us nonce Chester United and shit like that because of it. It's a fucking shambles. We don't need that sort of stigma. We don't need the stigma connected with Manchester United at this minute. The amount of hostility and trouble it could cause between your own fans and the stands can be very high, mate, if he stays. I agree, it's a divider of the fan base, and we should be united, not divided. Wonder how the dressing room feels about it. If they are divided on the situation, it's not good for us at all. So true. Greenwood being introduced back into the side could really, really cause a lot of issues, It kind of reminds me, I don't know, if he enters the dressing room, it's like, I don't know, going into prison or something, and you've got some factions in jail, and some of them fucking hate you, and others of them want to, welcome you in, and it's like, some of them will be going, hey, Mason, what's going on? Other people giving the cold shoulder. That's how I view it, because that's just how the fan base is, so why would the players be any different? Most of them might be open to it, but some of them surely not going to be happy with that audio that they heard, because they're a human being. So that's what I think. And then you've got the female side, which surely they're not going to be overly happy about it. And then you've got the female fan base who are very loud and clear about their protest of it, or a certain supporters group of them are. So you've got to say it's just a bit of a shit show for us, isn't it? Bit of a shit show. Yeah. Seriously, thank you very much for your super chat here. Comments, the club are out of order putting the fans in this position. Get rid of them in a football sense and help them get rehab. Yeah, fair play. How do you rehab being a shitbag, though? You know what I mean? Like, fair enough. I guess you can maybe, have some sort of rehabilitation for him. And, yeah, the club maybe do have a duty of Mason to sort of try and help him. He's a young player. When it happened, he was very young. But surely it's just a bad look for United. So in an ideal world, we'd just ship him on, wouldn't we? Move him on to some other club and let it be their problem and get some money back for him if possible. So, yeah. But here's a report this evening that says that Ten Hag would be open to him coming back. So I don't know if this is legit true. Thank you seriously for your super chat there, by the way, my son. Obviously don't know if this is legit. It's from Adam Crafton from The Athletic, who reports that Erik Ten Hag and John Murtough both support and encourage the return of Mason Greenwood. So, that's pretty big if that's true. And this is from The Athletic. If it's true, though, that there is obviously support from the manager and John Murtough, then that's half of the battle, I suppose. The manager's going to have a say in it, but he's only going to have so much of a say. This decision fundamentally lies with the people above Ten Hag at Manchester United. It is not just a footballing decision. It's a PR decision as well, and a business decision. It's actually a business decision. So because of that, it doesn't really matter, I suppose, what Ten Hag wants. I mean, it's going to have an effect, but surely the decision has to be made from the people upstairs as to whether or not this is a bad idea or not. Yeah. Both parties should have come out public and talk about the problems. We should apologise for what happened. Yeah, spot on, 100% agree with you. Couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. Probably a plan they have in place that they're supportive of. Been paying him 75k a week for 18 months. He can afford his own friggin' therapy. Get gone. Fair point as well. It's not like there would be no team out in the world that would be interested in him. Surely there would be some, as he's very much a quality player. Kate Cadet says, here's the thing, the owners and the board don't give a second shit what we think. You can protest Glazers out, you can protest Greenwood out, but it's clear you won't change a damn thing. Hey, fair play to you, Kate Cadet. Well, hopefully we can change that, my son. More people need to do it, my son. Power to the people. You know what I'm saying? Come on. It can happen, mate. Sing it loud, sing it proud. Love the positivity, says Ben Dor to Kate Cadet. It's very messed up, though, guys. It's very messed up. Anyway, I don't want to dwell on it too much because obviously it's a bit of a polarising, depressing topic, this whole Greenwood malarkey. But the understanding is, before the end of the transfer window, we should have a yes or no from the club as to whether or not he's actually going to be included in the side this season and if he's going to be reintroduced or if he's going to go. Tommy says, club is contractually obligated and have a duty of care to Mason too, but morally we should pay him off and be gone. Yeah, I'm with you as well. And maybe we should try and find him a new club so he's not just thrown out there in the dark and he can actually go and play and continue working, and maybe somewhere abroad it would be good for him. Just somewhere abroad from the British media and the fan bases, to be fair, which are going to be brutal. If Mason Greenwood plays for United or any other team in England, he's going to get brutalised on a weekly basis, and who needs it? It's horrible. it's the stigma that is attached to this sort of thing. If you really think the protests don't work, they come up with other ideas. Easy to say it won't work. Get yourself to Old Trafford. Well, there you go, Rushmano. Indeed, like it'd be good to have more people there. Obviously, I mean, the reason why some of the protests don't necessarily have the effect that you want is because only a small percentage of the match-going fans actually are prepared to, like, not go in for the first however many minutes of a game, etc. So the stadium still looks full. If everybody did it, it would send a clear and concise message to the Glazer shithouses, wouldn't it? And hopefully there's a lot of people at this sit-in against Nottingham Forest, you know. Get involved any which way you can, peeps. But, yeah, I agree. Okay, right, so I'm going to do a rundown of what we discussed in this video, guys. Great stream tonight. Happy Friday night, everyone. 344 legends still in here. It's nearly midnight. What a bunch of legends. Once again, hit that thumbs up if you haven't. We're nearly at 250 likes. So drop a little like on this video if you haven't done so. That'd be immense. Smash the like button. That helps us out. And subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. Hit the old subscribe button. Get involved. Okay, so I'm going to just discuss what we've gone through for anybody who's just getting in the stream. So at the top of the show, we were talking about Harry Maguire and the fact that Ten Hag was talking about him in his pre-match presser for the Spurs game. Ten Hag says, I don't know what happened with Maguire and West Ham. Harry is our player, and I'm happy he's here. We need a good squad. Moisey said, we did make an offer for Harry Maguire, and we haven't been able to take it forward. So Ten Hag obviously just saying what he thinks he should say in public. Obviously, he still might be stuck with Harry Maguire. So I guess he doesn't want to burn all the bridges with Harry Maguire. But I think secretly he doesn't want Harry Maguire, hence why we actually did accept an offer for him, and we're prepared to sell him for 30 million. And he would want to go and get Pavard or somebody else that is maybe available. So it's pretty clear that if there was somebody that Maguire would actually want to go to, we would sell him. So we are still working on slabbing Maguire out of the football club. Reports are that he's not involved in the matchday squad tomorrow. So Samuel Luckhurst said that he has not travelled down to London for the game. So that's obviously a good sign that maybe he's not involved in what Ten Hag's trying to do at the minute. And Ten Hag's maybe just saying, hey, look, you're not really going to be involved, mate. There's 12 days left of the transfer window. Get on your bike, son. Hopefully that's the case. More quotes from Ten Hag speaking about Harry Maguire. He had this to say. He said, it's up to him how much he plays. He knows what to expect from me. I've been here for 1 year now and you know what I expect from a centre-half. And he can do it. I've told you many times before he has the ability to do it. So now he has to show it. So obviously Ten Hag pretty clear. If he's going to be shite and play like a melter and score OGs and be absolutely crap, he's not going to play. If he gets in maybe from taking a chance and he has a good game, maybe he'll get another opportunity. But in reality, that's if Ten Hag's stuck with him. But Ten Hag is going to do what's best for the side. So if Maguire's playing well and takes his opportunities and doesn't melt, then he can actually still play some games for United. But that's not going to happen because he's a proven melter. So he will melt. So we're basically just so much better off getting rid of that guy anyway. But, okay, and then that has a knock-on effect with Pavard at the moment. Pavard is wanted by Inter Milan. So reports from Fab that they were coming in for another bid to renegotiate their offer from yesterday. They'd gone in at 25. Florian Plettenberg earlier on reporting that they'd gone as high as 35 with a new bid this evening, which has since been knocked back and rejected by Bayern München. Bayern München looking for somewhere in the region of 40 million euros for Benjamin Pavard. They've rejected 35 million euros, including add-ons, which seems like a heck of a good offer for a player with a year left on his deal. He's really wanting to leave Bayern Munich. So, crikey, great offer, turned down. Maybe it's kind of a blessing for United at this stage because we wouldn't have necessarily wanted to go and spend 40 million euros on Benjamin Pavard anyway for a bit part squad player who's going to rotate. So that's a lot of money to spend on him. Maybe he's just too expensive now anyway. If Bayern don't want 35 million euros from Inter Milan and they're holding out for 40, then it's debatable whether or not United should go and pay that money anyway. So I guess if Maguire stays, not the end of the world, but I obviously don't want him to stay. I really want him to go and get him off of our books and use that money to sign somebody decent. That's what we want because he's a proven melter, absolute melter. So there's that information there. Also, other defenders-wise, I forgot to mention this actually, but there is some reports. I didn't really mention this for a reason because it does sound like BS. And for a start, he's contracted at United and United just wouldn't sell him. We'd be foolish to sell him unless it was a really juicy offer because he's getting on a little bit now. He's only like 29, 30 though, but he is very injury prone. And this is Raphael Varane. Raphael Varane is apparently wanted by Saudi Arabian team Al Ittihad. So Raphael Varane's representatives have been contacted by Al Ittihad. N'Golo Kante and Karim Benzema are trying to persuade him, but Varane has declined the offer and wants to play in Europe for at least one more season. So it seems like maybe they're sniffing around Raphael Varane. I don't think Manchester United would be crazy enough to sell essentially one of our best defenders there, even if he is an injury-prone player. So pretty sure he will not go to Saudi Arabia, and this is all just speculative stuff, but that is a link that happened today as well, that Rafael Varane's being linked to a move to Saudi, but he doesn't want to go by all accounts, and you can understand why. He's at United. Why would he want to go and play for Al Ittihad? It's crazy. Okay, then, also the other stuff we've discussed, Liverpool interested in Gravenberch. There's an understanding that they're going to go in and put a cheeky offer in for around about £20 million just to gauge Bayern Munich and to see if it's possible that they can do a deal. It's another player that we are linked to as well and interested in. We might be going in for him ourselves. There's a chance we could get him on loan. A few different things. We've got a few irons in the fire. Sofyan Amrabat's situation's the same. We are still waiting to go in for a bid with Fiorentina. It's very frustrating. He's waiting for us. Liverpool, understandably interested in him also, but there is no strong discussions or anything going on there. But United need to act fast and get this midfielder Sofyan Amrabat in sooner rather than later. Also, we mentioned the Glazer shithouses and their absolute gastastic sale of this club, which isn't taking place. And reports are that they aren't even asked about selling the club, really, and they just don't really want to sell the football club, and they're maybe waiting to see if they can get more money in a couple of years' time because of, you know, the fact that Saudi Arabia are now in the mix and they're inflating the price of football in general. And there's an understanding that because of their involvement in football from Saudi Arabia, it's made the Glazers think twice about selling Man United. There's a widespread belief in football that the price of the clubs could double or triple over the coming years due to their involvement in the game. So that's gashtastic. Hopefully these Glazers shithouses go, but right now they are just lingering around here like a massive, juicy, you know, floater, unfortunately. So there you go. Also, Johnny Evans is being discussed at the moment to sign a new deal at United for an extra year. Ten Hag was asked about Johnny Evans, and he said that Harry Maguire's decision basically doesn't affect Johnny Evans. He says, we will see. We are in talks for this month. He's under contract, but we are talking. And he said, of course, he wants Evans to stay. A season-long deal being discussed. So it does look like we are maybe thinking about signing up Johnny Evans to a year deal as well, and it's not dependent on whether or not we sell Harry Maguire. And then finally, in regards to Mason Greenwood, United apparently gauging the reaction of the fan base and pundits and journalists and media with their statement the other day and seeing what people think about it. That's why they released a half-assed statement and haven't made a decision yet. And apparently, this is from Adam Crafton from The Athletic that says that Man United's plan is to bring back Mason Greenwood, including listing football pundits, politicians and journalists, and categorising if they would be hostile or supportive. Domestic violence charities were assumed hostile. Yes, I imagine they would be. And there's a belief that Ten Hag, he says there's a belief that Ten Hag would be interested in bringing him back, as is apparently John Murtow. So apparently they would support the return of Mason Greenwood. So that's basically the latest United news of the evening, guys. Nothing crazy. Obviously, United's still looking to maybe sell one or two players to go and sign new players. Very frustrating at this minute. But that's the way it goes with the Glazer shithouses at the wheel. Hashtag Glazers out. Now I'm going to go over to the live chat and read a bunch of comments out. So get your thoughts in on this Friday night, guys. We're going to have a Q&A. Also, smash the like button if you haven't done so. Hit the thumbs up button. Get yourself in there raw. And I'm going to go over to Twitter and shout everyone out who's given us a retweet this Friday night as well. Thanks to everyone who's done that. It does help the show. We've had 22 reposts. Shout out to all the legends. Guyam Legend. Anthony Ong. Thank you, legend, for quote reposting us. And then we got 20 conventional reposts as well from these following legends. Thank you each and every one of these guys here who share the show. It does help the channel. Aaron Homeyard. Tommy Boyle. Uncaged Squid. Richard Wisterpeck. Luke MFC. Rug Muncher 007. Sanjay Ramatar. Duncan Belifo, Everin Nerve, Stephen Braun, Kieran Watts, Boomy, Vincent Bullock, United Mark, Feline Fur, Transfers _UTD, Daniela Araya, G-Dad Gamer, William Oaklew, and Mike C. Get in there, Mikey C, lad. And everybody else as well who's retweeted us there or shared us around anywhere. Thank you so much for sharing the channel. It does help. Well, let's get stuck into the live chat now, peeps. Also, Aaron, if you're still here, mate, I don't know if you could put a link to my watch-along in the chat so I can pin that, because I've set that up for tomorrow. We're back on at about 5 p.m. on Saturday for the Man United game. I'm probably going to do a preview of the game, like a proper preview, team news, predictions, all that sort of stuff, around about 1 p.m. or 1:30 p.m. So keep a lookout for that tomorrow afternoon before the Premier League fixtures get underway. I'll be doing a preview, probably 2 p.m. at the latest, somewhere around about there. And we'll discuss all of the latest team news and predictions and team selections and that kind of stuff. So get involved before the game as well, a few hours before then. But at 5 p.m. we will be back on for the United game. Get in there. Nice one. Right, okay then. Let's get into the chat. Greenwood was a better player than Amrabat ever will be, Alex Core. I want him gone. Well, that's a bit silly to say, though, Ryan. It's not one or the other, is it? Because Amrabat is actually a midfielder and Greenwood's a forward. So, yeah, in terms of talent, Greenwood at 21 or 20, when he was playing for us, 19 and 20, looked like he was having the potential to go on and be one of the best players in the world. You can't say the same for Amrabat, but it's not a case of either or, is it? You would like both. You would like both. Well, from a footballing sense. Maguire should really train alone, preferably in his back garden, says Simon. Ronaldo couldn't stand Greenwood, says Alex Core. I can imagine. Pig, nobody is better than the King Michael. You agree, right? Who's the King Michael, mate? Surely the King Eric is who you mean. Who's the King Michael? Am I missing something here, bud? Do you think Casemiro and Varane have declined this year? Cas looked awful. No, you can't base it on 1 year. You cannot base it on 1 year. He was literally, if you look at his stats for last season, he was an absolute baller. You can't base it on one game, sorry. One game, obviously, against Wolves. You can't really base it on that. He's going to be brilliant. If Glazers were a nurse, they'd be Attila the Hun, says Flip. Chris Koo, thank you for the super chat, my son. Says, bin listing all stream pig. What is this club now? I can't believe us now compared to the way we were run and what I fell in love with as a kid. Oh, it's like night and day, isn't it? Yeah, back in the 90s when Cantona was smashing those goals in and, you know, we had that vigour and Sir Alex here and football wasn't so crazy in terms of like all the money. Obviously, it was still very money related, but it wasn't quite as bad as it is today with all the prima donnas. It was still a man's game in the 90s, you know. It was a different kettle of fish. It was a different gravy. It was so much better back then. And now it's shite, mate. But there you go. You're right. The club is owned by absolute fools, and that's causing us issues. Michael Jackson, the king of pop, says Ravens Man Sand. I mean, absolute fantastic musician, I have to say. What a beastly amount of songs that guy came up with. Definitely. Zamy actually says, Piggy, who would have the slab? Who would have the slab played in The Godfather? I guess that's what you're trying to say there, Zamiasi. Who would the slab have played in The Godfather? The only one that really springs to mind right now is probably the pussycat that sits on you know, Don Corleone's lap and gets stroked because he just gets mollycoddled and it doesn't really matter what he does. You know, he's completely redundant to the plot. He doesn't help out whatsoever, does he? He's just there. He's just there as an expensive looking pet, basically, who's just like paid shitloads of money to do nothing. So I'd say he's maybe the cat. I don't know. You come to me on the eve of my daughter's wedding and you ask me to kill Slabby Maguire for money. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know about that, to be fair, lad. I'm going to say Don Vito Corleone's cat. That's who I'm going to say. Someone the Godfather whacked, says Araya. Yeah, exactly. The shovel, says Danny B. Yeah, not fit to wear the jersey. Hey, what's going on, Jonathan Gallagher? How you doing, bud? And the mustard getting in here raw. Oh, yeah, too much mustard gets up your nose. What's going on, the mustard? Zane should spend all his money on some English lessons, says Luke. Look on your seat. Oh, that's tough, mate. What's that all about then, Don F? Let's see if I can find that, Don. I'll see if there's any information about it, but I can't. Do you mean about the allegations made to our Brazilian player, Anthony? I mean, I like the fact that he addressed it in straight away to defend himself immediately on social media, you know, which obviously speaks volumes. Unfortunately, Greenwood has stayed completely silent. But what are you talking about, Anthony? I haven't seen anything. If you're, what's new? What's new? Get English tuitions for Zane, says Raja. That's harsh, bro. That's harsh. Two snakes from the same basket, says Chloe Jenkins. I think he'll make his debut in the Arsenal game now, 786, on the 3rd of September. Got a cheeky feeling about it, lad. The horse's head in the sheets. Slabby plays the horse's head. To be fair, if Slabby was in it, it would have to be the horse's hindquarters, not the head. It would actually be the horse's ass if Slabby was in the movie, you know. Oh, goodness. Right, get a couple more comments in here, guys. We're going to read a few more out, and then we are going to have to wrap this up because it's getting late. We've been on here an hour and 20 minutes. Oh, okay. Thank you, Rushmano. I'll see if I can find it. So I've got so many updates in here. I'm trying to find it. I don't know if I can, mate. I don't know if I can. If you could send it again, bud, that'd be brilliant. Then it'll go to the bottom. But thank you for sending all the updates throughout the show, lad. What is the anti-news? Maybe you could just put the paste the thing in the chat and I'll put it up on the screen or something. I don't know. Sorry, I haven't seen that. Pig, I think Ben Godfrey of Everton is better than Harry Maguire. Well, Ravens Man Sand, you know, you wouldn't necessarily be the only one. I mean, there's a lot of people that think like Dan Burn's better than Slabby Maguire, and you know, Slabby Maguire is just essentially an ultimate melter. Well, we'll see now, 786. I don't actually know what these guys are referring to. I must have missed that one. So I'll get it up on the screen in a minute and see what it's all about with Anthony, lads. Hope you had a great day. Thank you, Secret Underdog the Gamer. Yeah, not too bad. I hope you did too. Hey, Mary Homeyard, how the devil are you doing? I hope you're keeping well. Get in there, you legendaires. How are you doing? Welcome aboard, the legendary partner of Mr. Aaron. What's going on, you legend? You just packed Owen and Slabby in the same pack. At least it's the best versions. That's pure filth. I do use a Manscaped Ben door in actuality. I actually genuinely do. Not because I bought it. In my honest opinion with Manscaped is just buy a cheap set of hair clippers and they do the same job trimming your ball bag and your downstairs mix up, you know. But they're fine though. I actually did an ad read once for Manscaped, so they sent me a box and I've got the thing, and to be fair, it's still working and I still use it, so it's pretty decent. But I would just recommend getting any old looking clippers will do the job, you know what I mean. Thank you, Tommy Boyle, appreciate you, lad. Get in there, my son. Simon Warner, thank you for the £2 super chat. Says Slabby would be Dwayne Dibley and Red Dwarf. Dwayne Dibley? Yeah, definitely. That's a great shout, mate. Absolute geek. The Duke of Dork. That's who he'd be, mate. The Duke of Dork with his anorak and his thermos and his rubber sandals and his extra triple thick condom. You know what I mean? That's who he is. Dwayne Dibley. Can't wait for the watch along. It's going to be good. Oh, it's going to be good. All right, yes, I did see something about this. Yeah, 70-page document that gathers proof of the alleged... Okay, we talked about that quite a long time ago, actually, on this channel. But yes, fair enough. Yeah, so we knew that was coming. Anthony says he wants to obviously clear his name, and he's publicly addressed it right away. I saw a post from him like a week ago talking about this. So, I don't know. I honestly think we have to just let it all play out. I mean, nothing like that's good. Doesn't sound good. But, you know, unless there's some evidence that comes out, I'm just going to put that on the back burner, to be fair. Unless there's some sort of actual public evidence that we can see or hear, then I'm going to put it on the back burner there, guys. But obviously, yeah, he is apparently, you know, under at the moment, the allegation hammer. Yeah, Chris Koo, absolutely, yeah. But he's discussed it. He talked about it last week on his Insta. I don't believe it either, to be fair, Araya. You never know, obviously, but you never know. I don't know. I like to think I'm a decent judge of character. You can never really truly judge a book by its cover, but I don't really buy it until there's some evidence that suggests otherwise, you know? So we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, we're getting onto a slippery slope here, guys. So I'm going to wrap this up now. Oh yeah, Craig Charles there, Stallion Fish Keeping Gardening. Nice, mate. Craig Charles, what done? Yeah, he works at Salford Keys, doesn't he? Because he does like the radio show and stuff like that. So that's pretty awesome, lad. I'd love to meet Craig Charles. What, Don? Your mate went for a crack back and sack wax. 20 Stone Woman came out to do it. He now subscribes monthly to Manscaped. All right, yeah, good shout. At least it wasn't a 20 Stone bloke. Rushmano says subscribe to the channel. Yes, indeed, guys. Do us a favour and subscribe if you're new. Thank you, Travis, you legend. He says, great show, Joe, mate. Thank you, Travadinio, my son. I appreciate you. By the way, thank you, everyone, for watching these streams tonight. I really do appreciate it. You're an absolute bunch of legends. Much love to you all. Thank you so much for getting in and supporting the channel. Guys, don't go anywhere because we're picking a winner for the competition. We've got to pick the winner for the competition now, guys. If you forgot, I said I'd do it, and we're going to do it right now, guys. So give me a minute. Let me get it up on the screen here. We have got all the people who entered in the thing. So you're just going to have to bear with me because this is not the smoothest transition from me when we do this, to be fair. But just give me a moment, and I will get it up on the screen, guys. Give me una momento, por favor. Right, okay, so there's that. Okay, now I just need to move this down, guys. Give me a second. Okay. Move that there. Face cam above it. Make the face cam small. Oh, fucking hell. Okay, hang on a second. Right, that above that. That above that. Okay, nice. And then just turn the chat off. Let's turn the chat off, and then we can see all the people that are involved. Great stuff. Right, give me 2 seconds. Okay, right, there we go. That'll do. So I'll just put myself up here, actually. Let's go somewhere. Actually, let's just go down here. Okay, peeps. So this is all the people that are entered here. It's time for the giveaway. Let's get some hashtag good lucks in for everyone. The winner of this is going to receive a t-shirt of your choice. You just need to tell me on social media afterwards what size and design you would like, and I'll tell you what ones we've got if you don't know. But there's a lot of people in here who entered, actually, so I'm going to pick a winner here real quick. Ben Dawson's picked 3 winners. How about you pick 2 winners, mate? Yeah? How about you pick 2 winners and you pay for the shipping and you pay for the fucking merch, mate? How's that, Ben Daw? I'm already doing 1 giveaway, my son. Last giveaway we did was fucking 5, mate. 5, all right? I'm doing 1 shirt giveaway, mate, here, okay? That's how it works. We'll do plenty of them. We'll do regular ones. Okay, let's get stuck in here, right? Ready, guys? I'm going to just do it. So everybody, I'm not sponsored by Nike, by the way. Okay, so here are all the people. Let me just show you who's actually involved. So all these people on the right here, you can see these are all the entrants, all the people that are involved. This is your actual YouTube app, by the way. So it's slightly different maybe to your name that shows up in the chat. But this is your actual app thing. So, you know, but this is everybody that entered within the hour. So good luck to all these legends that are on this screen right here. We've got 82 entrants. 82 entrants, guys. Ready? I'm gonna go for it. Get the good luck emojis in the live chat. Break out the good luck goat. And let's do this. All right, good luck, everyone. Here you go, guys. What's that? Put your face on the ad. Says, oh, that's actually a really good idea, mate. You're so genius. You're a fucking genius, lad. You're so right. Look at that. You're such a genius, mate. Why didn't I think about that? That's so much better. Hey, Aaron, can you put a link into the watch along, by the way, mate, for the game tomorrow? Guys, do us a favour at the end of this stream. Go over to the watch along stream, which is already set up, the Spurs stream, and smash a thumbs up on that as well. And smash one over here before you leave this stream. But go over to the watch along link and smash a thumbs up on the Spurs game. That'll help us out. And set a reminder so you don't miss it as well, peeps. Nice one. Okay, right, here we go, guys. I'm just gonna do it now. No more fanning around. I'm just gonna click to spin. Good luck, everybody. You've got 1 in 82 chance of winning. Pretty difficult, but good luck. Somebody's got to win it. Here we go. Boing. I've clicked it. Let's see what's popping up here then, guys. Who's gonna get it? Who's gonna get it? Mostly Indica gets it. They like a bit of sativa, but mostly Indica. Who the fuck is that guy? Who's that then, guys? But either way, mostly Indica. If you're in the live chat, let us know. And also, you've won a shirt there, mate. Nice one. So if you're on catch up later on, let us know if you know you want it, you know, where you want it sent to. So yes. Okay then, well, whoever that is, I don't know. The thing is, like I say, everybody's got a different to their actual names in the chat. So as you can see from over here, like, people have got different names to what they actually are called. Some of them are the same, obviously, if they've actually selected it, but others are just random. So whoever that is, you know, there you go. But there you go, guys. So it's mostly Indica who's won. Go on then. I guess we'll, if we, because I don't actually recognize Mostly Indica. I'll pick another one just in case we don't hear from Mostly Indica, because I have no fucking clue who that is, to be perfectly honest, guys. Like, who is that? But let's try another one, okay, guys? So good luck to all these legends in here. You should be able to see your names on the right there. I'm going to pick another one, but this isn't necessarily a winner. This is only a winner if Mostly Indica does not contact me and doesn't get in the chat and we identify who they are. So I'm going to choose another one just in case as a backup, because I don't know who that is. All right, here we go then. Another one, guys. Good luck, good luck, good luck, good luck. Who's that? It's only me. It's only me, Mick. Who the fuck's that, guys? Goodness me. Okay, well, look, we got a couple of winners there potentially. That's what happens, guys, when you do a giveaway with 82 entrants, you know. Anyway, guys, you know, that's it. We've got It's Only Me, Mick. Let me write this down. So we've got Mostly Indica. And It's Only Me, Mick. Rajat says it's me, Pig. I don't really think it is you, but it might be. Okay, right, guys. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to wrap it up. There. That is the latest. That is the latest news. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Spin again, right? I mean, goodness me. This is just getting silly, isn't it? You just want me to spin until everybody wins. We've already had 2 potential winners here. Third time lucky. I mean, I must admit, I don't recognise who that is either. But to be fair, it could just be somebody. It could be one of the classics with a different YouTube app. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to do it one more time in case I don't hear from them. But now we've got a pecking order, and now you realistically, you're unlikely to win even if you win this now. Because if one of the other people actually comes and says, that's me, and we click on their link and they've got the same at on YouTube, then you're screwed. So, all right, let's give it a go. Let's see who it is in case, mostly Indica, and it's only me, Mick. Don't respond. Who's that? Who the fuck is Brian Jacob A728, guys? You know what I mean? I don't recognise that person either. Oh my god, right, we're finishing there, guys. Brian Jacob, we're finishing there. I'm not spinning anymore, guys. That's it. That's the way the cookie crumbles. These guys have won. Even if we don't know who they are, they've won. All right, guys. That's how it goes. So, good luck. Thank you, everyone, for playing. Appreciate it. Unfortunately, it was a bit of an anticlimax that not one of the classics got anything there. But hey, look, that's how it goes sometimes. It's a completely impartial draw there, peeps. So it's going to go like that sometimes. Okay, great stuff. Right, hang on. Let me put the chat back up. Browser chat back up. Yep. Let me also put the face cam below there. Okay, cool. But if you go over to the Harry Maguire rant video and click on the names of those people, mostly Indica, it's only me, Mick, and the last one, what was it? Brian something. Brian Jacob, was it? If you click on those links, you'll see their accounts, and then we might be able to decipher who they actually are. But can you just super chat and get a shirt? I mean, you can send me a tenner on PayPal, Chris Cool Lad, and I'll send you a t-shirt, no problem, as long as you're in the UK, because I'm not paying postage to somewhere far away, lad. But there you go. Okay, guys, right, I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. Thanks for tuning in. It's the end of the show. Have a good night, guys. Stay classy. Happy Friday. Enjoy your evening. And I'll be back tomorrow with the United Spurs game. Here's the watch-along. Thank you, Aaron, for putting that link in there. Shout out to all the moderators, people like Kate Cadet, Aaron Homeyard there, getting in raw. Mr. Gungshi, of course. Rushmano, thanks for the updates throughout, lad. The Hoop Man. Everyone who's got in here tonight, thank you so much. The Mustard, Berber, all the Dons and Donesses who are moderators, all the legends as well, like Palmarius, Secret Underdog the Gamer, Mark N, Bendor, all the members like Johnny, Chris Koo. You know, thanks so much everyone for getting in here and supporting the channel, guys. You're a bunch of legends. Do smash the like button before you go. And thanks once again to legends like Rugbunch007 for gifting out 5 memberships, Zay Miyasi for all the super chats, and everybody else who's got an ear raw as well. Thanks so much, guys. Stay classy. Have a good one. Come on, United. We're going to smash them up tomorrow. Good night, Travadino, as well. Stay classy, my son. Do so, Dolphin, Nick S, Secret Underdog the Gamer as well. The Hoop Man, Sir Jummy, Nas, Chris, United 90. Everyone, get in there, you legends. Stay classy. Come back after this video is finished and get your thoughts and opinions in about anything we've discussed. You can have your say afterwards. And that's it from me, guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Click the link at the top of the live chat. Spam that watch-along link there, Aaron. Get everyone to smash the like on the watch-along. Go over to the watch-along and smash the like. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick at Flying Pig United. And come on, United, we're going to batter them up. Also, expect a preview around about lunchtime tomorrow before the game with all the latest team news and predictions, etc. See you then. That's it from me, guys. Have a great night. Once again, shout out to the mighty Hamada. All hail the Bacon Brigade. One of the greatest communities in the world. What a bunch of legends. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you so much for being here and having your say and chatting and bantering. And click that link that Aaron's put in the chat. And I'll see you later, folks. Come on, United. And remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, as this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.